Medics working at refugee aid camps in the Balkans say they're seeing a spike in the number of migrants falling ill because of the freezing conditions. Aid agencies say those on the borders of Europe are being hit by extreme weather as winter closes in. Temperatures have fallen to as low as -11°C in the region. So let's go now to our global health correspondent Tulip Mazumda, who's in Sid'den in Serbia. And Tulip, I know for days you've been following the trek across the Balkans. Describe just how difficult and tough the conditions are.
Well, it has been a very challenging few days for the migrants making this journey. It is, of course, always challenging for these people, but with these freezing conditions which have come really just in the last week, things have been made all that more difficult. Today is actually the first day we've had a little bit of sunshine, and what has happened, as you'll see here, is that the snow has started melting slightly to become very slippery, which is very treacherous, especially as people are rushing around. When trains come into this station, people will run to get on them. The health issues have really been a big issue as well. There have been many more people reporting chest infections, respiratory problems. Medics here say they've seen more frostbite and gangrene. And we're actually just stood next to the medical centre here at this refugee point. And joining me is Tuna Türkmen from the medical charity Médecins Sans Frontières. What are the key challenges you're coming up against now that the temperatures have dropped so low?
The key challenges that we're coming across is mostly the respiratory tract infections, frostbites, and then injuries that are foot injuries related to long walks in the snow along the border crossings. Apparently the refugees are being subject to completely unnecessary complications and health concerns due to the restrictions of these border crossings.
And what's really struck me is the number of children that have taking this journey, many young children. In fact, we've got a little boy here that's just joined us in the last few moments. This must be particularly difficult for them.
Definitely. I mean, there's certainly a change of context by means of the number of children and women and elderly traveling, actually, as opposed to the trends during the summer. Now, more and more we see pregnant women, children, seriously increasing numbers, and especially for pregnant women, we see like miscarriages, early deliveries, and just 4 days ago we had a 6-day-old baby who has been hospitalized with hypothermia. I mean, we managed to recover and stabilize the patient, but it's really difficult.
What can be done? Because people are in such a rush to get through, and we're just at the side of train tracks here with a converted little medical centre. I mean, what really can you do for people?
We try our best trying to provide them primary health care and trying to refer them to secondary facilities, hospitals for the more complicated cases. But because of the restrictive policies of the European Union, people are having a high level of fear and anxiety that they would get stranded. So even for the complicated cases, they sometimes refuse to be referred.
Okay, so people refusing treatment as well because they're worried about borders closing further ahead. Thank you very much, Tunis, from the medical charity MSF. Well, the temperatures have risen very slightly today, but this is still an incredibly difficult picture. The numbers of people passing through have dropped in the last few months. It was something like 10,000 in the autumn. Yesterday, for example, it was 1,700. But those making this journey are facing an incredibly difficult track ahead.
Tulip, thank you very much indeed for that reporting from Serbia.